Good morning. It is Saturday. Oh, finally Saturday. What a long week this has been. It is February 28th, the very end of February. It's been a busy February. It's one of those Februarys you go, where did February go? What happened? Where did it all go? It's gone. But it's going to be March soon. A lot of big things hopefully happening in March. Today is night number 3 of the play that my daughter is in. Now, there's 2 casts. The opposite cast. It's fun. She has, best friends, absolutely best friends in both casts. And one is her double. So on the off night, it's her friend, and then on the on night, it's her. And it's just fun. It's just really fun to have them just be such tight knit friends, and they're all together and they're doing fun things together. I love it. Yeah, it's a good time. Today is last night, I should say. Last night was technically opening night for my daughter. Right now, opening. The very first night was the off night. Her other really good friend that plays on her part, but they're doubles of each other, and I did not get to see that one because I had big band practice. That was super fun. But then last night was my daughter's opening night, and she just absolutely knocked it out of the park. She, the whole cast. It's a small cast. It's not an ensemble or anything. It's a really small cast, very small, kind of intimate storytelling. It's really neat. And then tonight I am going back. Last night I filmed. Tonight I filmed. I've never been approached by anybody about it, but I've always wondered what they would say because, at the beginning of a play or a performance or something, they say, no flash photography and no video recording. And I kind of sit there like, yeah, except for me. Because according to copyright law and according to usually the licenses that the drama department sign for these plays, they are allowed one recording, not many copies, not many different recordings. They're allowed one recording of casts, and if there are multiple casts, you get 2 recordings, or however many casts there are, for just kind of in perpetuity to remember the night. And so a mom in the second row with her little vertical video is actually breaking copyright law, but me recording from the sound booth, or recording from the from a good vantage point from multiple cameras, using microphones, and I'm using boundary mics, and I'm tapping into the audio setup and everything, is actually perfectly fine by copyright law. And I've always wondered, because occasionally my setup is sort of right in the middle. It's where the audio booth is, the person that changes all the microphone levels and whatnot. I'm sitting right next to them with all these cameras and stuff. And I have gotten complaints before because there's a whole mezzanine behind me. And this one guy was like, "Are you going to be here all night?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm being paid to be here to film this for the cast." Like, and the dad, I'll never forget this. He was like, "Well, they shouldn't have sold the tickets behind you then." And I was like, "Well, you're allowed to move. There's plenty of spots." And he was like, "No, they're you pick your tickets, you pick your seats." And I was like, "In your same row, there's a bunch of empty seats. Like, go find a different one." This dad was all up in arms with me, and I was like, "Dude, step off." It was crazy. Luckily, that wasn't this play. I think it was the previous play. I forget. It was in the past. It's all it's water under the bridge. It doesn't matter. But I think it's funny. I'm the one person, literally by law, that is allowed to record it, and I always smile every time I hear at the beginning of the pre-show announcements that say no flash photography and please no video, and I just go except for me. Because they literally, in the contract of a play, you're allowed to have a recording of each cast, and that's where I come in, like a professionally done recording. SG came in. All he said was "darn." I don't know why he said "darn," but he said "darn" and just left, so who knows. That's all he got out. Let's play connections. I see Start, Neil, Taylor, Salesman, Cometh, Pilot, earnest, itch, desire, roadie, rustle, sung, Novak, thirst, cruise director, and urge. Okay, so an itch, an urge, a desire, and maybe a thirst. Okay, a craving. Great. I thought maybe thirst went into another one because I saw earnest. Like, earnest is sort of also... Do you know what I mean? Like, it's also an old English verb, to earn. How much thou hast earnest. You know what I mean? How much thou earnest, I guess. That first phrase I said had two verbs in it. Start, pilot. I feel like cruise director, pilot, roadie, right? Like, or a tailor, or a salesman. These are all different jobs. Roadie, cruise director. I don't know. You got yellow and purple? I'll see purple. Is that why you said darn? Neil. Neil has eel in it. I don't know if that we're going for, though. Sung. Start. I feel like start and pilot go together. What cometh? Come. Earn. Sail. You know, you make a sale, you earn something. I'm trying to find words hidden within other words. A cruise director. What? Cruise director is not the captain. They're not the... they're like a guide. Tailor is a... Are these not anagrams, but are they like homophones? Neil. Is there another word that sounds like Neil? Tailor. You could tailor something to someone. Sung. That has sun in it. Sun. A nova. Right? These are like celestial bodies. The sun, a supernova, right? A comet has a tail. I don't know. I'm grasping at straws here. Oh, wait. Comet. Oh, my gosh. Wait a minute. Wait. Comet. Cometh. Comet. Oh, my gosh. Maybe we're onto something here. Cometh. Comet. Nova. Novak. Sun. Star. Oh, my gosh. Astronomical terms plus a letter. My daughter is going to freak out. She is going to freak out. Oh my gosh, that's insane. She's like done a ton of research into astronomy lately. Not astrology, astronomy. Yeah, said the same thing. Pilot. salesman. We still have pilot, cruise director, roadie, salesman. These are people that are like away from home for their job. Is that what we're getting at? I'm going to try it. No way. No way. Oh, you know what's funny? My one of my history teachers at my high school used to be a cruise director. He has been all over the world. He's been everywhere. He's gone to, name an island. He's been -1 island. He's been to pretty much any island. The main tourist islands. Can't say anything about islands anymore, can you? He's been to, all the Disney parks. He's been to, all the theme parks and stuff. But he did say that, he was single the whole time. He had to be. A pilot is on the road, well, in the air. A roadie, of course, travels with the band, and a salesman. And then Ernest, Taylor, Neil, and Russell. Are these homophones of something? No. Oh, wait, they are. Hold on. Name homophones. Oh, of names, like people's names. Ernest, right? Ernie. Ernest Goes to Camp. You ever seen those movies? I'm old. Neil. Oh, like Neil Armstrong. Russell. Oh, that's funny. Kurt Russell. And then Taylor, like Taylor Swift. Oh, that's cute. That's actually pretty clever. I'm gonna give it to them for this one. This is a thumbs up. We're not gonna do a thumbs down for this one. I like this one quite a bit. Yellow category: a craving, an itch, a desire, a thirst, an urge. Purple: astronomical terms plus a letter. Cometh for comet, very clever. Novak for nova. Start for star, and then sung for sun. Green category: jobs that involve traveling. Cruise director, pilot, roadie, and a salesman. And then the blue category, finally, name homophones. I felt like one of these was going to be a homophone of some kind because they feel like words that are kind of other words, like Taylor. I thought Taylor might be a homophone, like I'm going to tailor this to someone. But that's how you spell it when you talk about tailoring something. Ernest, Neil, Russell, and Taylor are all names. They're all names. That's funny. All right, in the mini, the not so mini today. We're doing a MIDI today. Look at that, doing a MIDI. Rocks Def Leppard. Def Leppard has a drummer with only one arm. Or had. Cry a river. Maybe to sob. Clean Air Act. That's the EPA. Organization that pays the bills. Oh, maybe the NFL? That's funny. Nintendo console with motion sensors was the Wii. Blank quoted. Maybe oft quoted. Oft quoted. With 13 across, narrow gap between the underside of a house and the ground. Maybe like front porch? I don't know. I might be wrong. We got to change that maybe. Young lady. Maybe a gal. These could all be wrong. I have no idea. Ooh and ah. Sports organization for Scotty Scheffler. Who's Scotty Scheffler? Is he a baseball player? That would be MLB. Or if he's a basketball player, it's NBA. I don't know. We'll leave that one blank. I'm not sure. Hey, just an FYI. FYI. I don't know. When doubled, nickname for singer. Oh, Tay-Tay. Yeah, people call her Tay-Tay. Socially timid. Maybe shy. I'm unbelievably shy. Game of Thrones or Homer's Odyssey. Epic. Okay, so this is wrong. Whatever it is. Because I think this is epic Saga. Good sportsmanship. Fair play. Fair play. White mountain toppers. Snow caps. Unrestrained as at the dog park. Off. Huh? I thought that one was correct. Oh, I see. I just spelled it wrong. And then that is common battery type. Oh, crawl space. AA, double A batteries. Charging some batteries right now. Chat. Oh, Chat GPT. Fun. Oh, the PGA. He's a golfer. Oh, my dad would be ashamed. I'm sorry, Dad. It's for horses. Hay is for horses. Nice. Also, you got the Wordle in 4. Still bamboozled. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm in for it. All right. Rock's Def Leppard. I was always impressed with Def Leppard because they have a drummer that had a drummer that only had one arm. But he still just rocked it with pedals. He's got pedals all over the floor so he can play different things. Cry a River to Sob. The Clean Air Act organization, the EPA. The NFL pays the bills, like the team, the Bills. Nintendo Wii was the console that had a motion sensor. Love that. My kids still play the Wii. We play the Wii all the time. We'll play, new Super Mario Bros. Wii. We'll play some good racing games. I mean, Wii Mario Kart was awesome. There's some great ones. Super good ones on the Wii. We still play all the time. Oft quoted, frequently said, with 13 across, the narrow gap between the underside of a house and the ground. I said front porch. That was way off. Instead, it's crawl space. Crawl space. We used to live in a house that had a crawl space. It was a little creepy down there. Definitely not a livable space. A young lady, a gal. I refer to people as gal. Oh, you know that gal in the red shirt? I just don't like to say girl or woman because, just gal. Everybody's a gal. Ooh and ah. Oh, I spelled it wrong. I said A-H-H. It was A-A-H. Sporting organization for Scotty Scheffler, the PGA. I had to watch some highlight reels of Scotty Scheffler to know who that is. I might recognize the face. Who knows? The PGA, Professional Golf Association. Hey, just an FYI, PSA. Now, this is the second time in the last week that they've done this. They did an informal shorthand thing and said, oh, well, how do you say that informally? Well, that is informal. Hey, just an FYI. FYI is informal. So why are we saying informally when it's even more informal than that? The PSA. Yeah, public service announcement. I used to have my video production kids make public service announcements. It was pretty funny, actually. They'd make, nobody watches public service announcement anymore, so it was kind of, it ran its course, and then I wanted to make room for other projects, so I kind of tossed it. You gotta evolve your curriculum every once in a while, and that was one of my evolutions. I'm gonna take my watch off. I've been working on a project this morning, and I had my watch on, and my wrist is still wet from all the times I've washed my hands from this messy project. So I just took it off, let it dry. When doubled, nickname for Taylor Swift, Tay-Tay. And then socially timid, I'm shy. Morning moisture, dew. Oh, we haven't even looked at any of these. No, we did. We just didn't look at that one. Game of Thrones or Homer's Odyssey. These are epic sagas. An epic. Let's see. Good sportsmanship, fair play. White mountain toppers, snow caps. Unrestrained as a dog at a park, off leash. It's some wonder that my wife lets me off leash sometimes. Sandwich that might be served triple decker, a BLT. Oh, I could go for a triple decker BLT. I saw a video online of somebody was making a, you know how you can cook cheese on a flat top grill, it becomes like a wrap. So they made this wrap with the cheese and then put pepperonis on it. So the pepperoni cooked into the cheese. Oh, it looked amazing. And then they used that as the wrap for a BLT. So imagine, there's cheese and pepperoni. Like it's a pizza basically. and then bacon, lettuce, and tomato inside this cheese wrap. Oh my gosh, with pepperoni even. It looked insane. It looked crazy. It looked really, really good. Tempted to try it. Common battery type. There's a AA. You can have AAA or C batteries or D batteries or 9-volt batteries. There used to be a B battery as well, but they tossed that one, I think, in favor of all the other many, many ones we have already. Let's see. Chat GPT. I think there used to be a single A battery as well. Chat GPT. Hay is for horses in the classic joke punchline. Is that a classic? I don't know. He's telling me it's a classic. PJ. I keep wanting to say SG. I'm going to call you like your real name. All right. Well, your original name. There you go. PJ. Said that number one, that the Wordle is something else today, and then he also said, I can't believe that it'll be March tomorrow. Yeah, that's a tough pill to swallow. I was just wrapping my head around January, and now here's March tomorrow. Tell ya. You might switch back to February. We're in March denial. We're in denial of the month it is. I love it. Okay, hard mode. All right, yesterday was dizzy. That one made me dizzy. Because I said ditzy, but I spelled it with an S instead. And I looked it up later, and it was like, oh, do you mean ditzy with a Z? I was like, dang it. Should have said. Sword. Okay, a little bit of help. We got a D somewhere, and we got an R in the right place. So that could be a D word. D. Like, whoops. Diary. Or you switch that around as dairy. Okay. Oh, and there's a Y too. Interesting. No, D doesn't go at the end. I'm mixing around the order to see if I can make sense of it. Something R. Oh, wait. Hydra? That's a word, right? The three-headed, what do you call it? The three-headed dragon thing. A could go there. D is not at the end. D could go there. And a Y. Yeah, let's try it. Nice. That's kind of crazy. Hydra. Oh, you're going to start a new Wordle? Or a new starter word. Steel, bingo, hardy, Hydra. That's a good arrival. I think I got lucky guessing what I guessed. Sword gave us the R in the correct place even, and then D somewhere, and then diary or dairy, either way, would have given me the same answer. And then the D, the A, and the Y go somewhere. So if the D didn't go at the beginning, D didn't go at the end, it's somewhere in the middle, which is kind of a weird place for a D, honestly. So then I said, well, maybe it's like DA or like ADR. Nothing was really doing that. And then I said, oh, maybe it's like an RA. And then I saw, wait, there's a Y and the D's in the middle. So, oh, Hydra. That's cool. Awesome. You know what? I think we done good on that one. We done pretty decent on that one. Okie doke. Strands. Dressing up. Dressing up. Is this about like salad dressing? This has nothing to do with dress, like fashion? Maybe it does. Swag. Gown. Oh, okay. Maybe it is actually dressing. Cufflinks. Oh, this is like fancy dress. Tuxedo. Glamorous. There we go. Glamorous. Diamonds. Heels. Someone wearing heels. Necktie. There we go. Is necktie glamorous? I mean, some people wear a necktie every Sunday, you know? I don't know how glamorous a necktie is. Cufflinks, certainly. I don't think I've ever in my life worn cufflinks. Not even to my own wedding did I wear. Hardy, Hydra. Oh, yeah, Hardy. That's funny. That really could have been Hardy, Hydra. Have we ever had the word Hardy? Oh, is that why you were, like, freaking out about it? You're like, you're bamboozled that you got Hardy and it's all Y. Or all yellow. That's funny. Dressing up, glamorous. You're wearing diamonds. You're wearing cufflinks. You're wearing a gown. You're wearing a tuxedo. You're wearing a necktie. How about a bow tie? I'd maybe put bow tie in there. I guess they needed one more letter, so. Are you wearing heels? I don't know why I went like Stewie Griffin there for a minute. Stewie Griffin would have you wear fancy things, I guess. Yeah, well, good. Dressing up. That is glamorous. All right, well, we're going to recap our answers. We're going to start with the connections puzzle. And then we did great on our mini crossword, and we did great on our Wordle, and then we did good on our Strands, too. So, yeah, we're feeling good about today. Let's look at how we did. SG was thinking that I might struggle figuring out anything more than just the yellow and the purple, but I got it in the same order you did. Got the yellow and the purple. I'm going to have to tell my daughter about this one because she has needed to study lots of astronomical things. Craving, a desire, an itch, a thirst, an urge. Astronomical terms plus a letter. Cometh for comet. Novak for nova, like a supernova. Start for star, and then sung for sun. The green category, jobs that involve traveling. Cruise director, pilot, roadie, salesman. The blue category today, name homophones. Ernest, Neil, Russell, and Taylor. These are names, people names. Very clever. All right, at the top, there we go. All I have to, I don't know if you know this, but if you're on a PC or a Mac or whatever, you can just hit the tab button on the keyboard to go through. Rocks, Def Leopard. It's kind of a strange name, right? Def Leopard. Cry a River, Sob. The Clean Air Act organization, the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency. Organization that pays the bills. The team, the Bills, the National Football League, NFL. A Nintendo console with motion sensors, the Wii. I love it. I love the Wii. My kids grew up real young playing the Wii. They started playing my old games, like my Super Nintendo. Yes, I have my Super Nintendo set up at the ready. I could quit right now and just play Super Nintendo on this exact same live stream. I do it on my gaming channel instead. But I've got it right there. Got my two favorite games, actually, on the Super Nintendo. Super Bomberman 2. I grew up playing that game. And then the one you just saw was Super Mario All-Stars plus Super Mario World. I loved World. That's probably my favorite one. Second favorite one's probably Mario 3. Just got them at the ready to play. Pop it in and play. Oft quoted, frequently said. With 13 across, the narrow gap between the underside of the house and the ground, your crawl space. My house, luckily, I'm in the basement. If this was a crawl space, it would be very humid in here. Young lady, a gal. I refer to young women as gals a lot. That gal over there. It's in the same way that like gender neutral is sort of more politically correct. I feel like gal is more like appropriate for all ages. Just talk to that gal over there. You know, she could be 14 years old, she could be 27 years old, you know, a gal. Ooh and ah. Let's see, where do we leave off? Sports organization for Scotty Scheffler, the PGA Tour. Hey, just an FYI. FYI is informally for your information. So to say something informally, more informally, we're just getting more and more informal, I guess. Less and less formal in our lives. PSA, which is funny because a PSA really is a more formal thing, right? A company or a organization would make a public service announcement and put it on late night television, that, you know, free aircast or something out on the radio. Usually it was free to put it out there in the world for them too, with no cost or very limited cost to the producer to get their name out there, to get their cause out there in the world. When doubled, nickname for Taylor Swift, Tay-Tay. Hey, Tay-Tay. And then socially timid, shy. Morning moisture, the dew. Game of Thrones or Homer's Odyssey, those are epic sagas. Fair play is good sportsmanship. White mountain toppers, snow caps. Love snow-capped mountains. It's beautiful. Unrestrained as a dog at a park, off leash. Sandwich that might be served triple-decker, a BLT, bacon, lettuce, tomato. Common battery type, AA. Right? Lots of things take AA batteries. Nowadays, a lot of things are just USB-C charged. Some even have USB-C charged AA batteries. You can just plug in the USB-C into the AA battery and it recharges. Let's see. ChatGPT. I probably talk to ChatGPT more often than I should. I don't have it create things for me. I have it help me generate ideas. Right? That's kind of where it should be. You know, if you're having it like write essays for you or something, that's no good to do. But if you have ChatGPT like help you out of a mental block if you're stuck, you know, or how do I do this? I know how, but could you just walk me through the steps? Yeah, okay, that's happy to walk you through that, you know. Starting with lobby this month. Oh my gosh, but lobby has a double B. You're making it harder for yourself. Let's get a common word. Let's see. Hay is for horses, says the classic joke punchline. All right. And then Wordle was great today. We got nearly all the letters. If we had guessed, what did you say? Hardy would have given me all colored letters. We started with sword, which gave us the R and the D. And then I tried diary. I suppose I could have tried dairy as well. Would have flip-flopped. And then Hydra. I don't know why it went black for a minute there. That was weird. Yeah, Hydra. Hydra. Sweet. All right, and then we finished off with Strands today. Strands was all about dressing up, being glamorous, wearing glamorous clothing. Tuxedo, heels. Maybe the guy wearing tuxedo should not be the guy wearing heels. The gal wears heels. There you go. I threw the word in there. Gal. Guys and gals. The guys are wearing tuxedos and the gals are wearing heels, and the guys are wearing neckties and the gals are wearing gowns, and the gals are wearing diamonds and the guys are wearing the cufflinks. Cool. Awesome. Well, thanks for a great stream, SG. You're kind of holding up the fort in terms of chat. I appreciate that. Yeah, I hope you guys have a good Saturday. We got a busy day ahead of us. We got a couple of things to do, and my daughter, we have tickets to go see my daughter's play, but again, it's her off night. So my kids are going, my wife is going. My daughter is kind of in the background sort of doing her jobs, you know, helping the other cast. They, you know, almost are stage crew for each other and, you know, filling in odds and ends jobs. But then my job it's already set up. I've already got all the camera gear and whatnot from last night, just set up, ready to go. I have to turn it on, and we'll just refilm. We'll film tonight because there's 2 different casts, so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really fun. There was a production hiccup. Nothing that I can't solve, though. Nothing that I can't solve for a video editor. They got into scene 2, and the lights didn't turn on. And they just kept going. I mean, the microphones were great. They just, the show must go on. We got to plow through. And then one of the stage crew kids was like, we need help over the microphone system. It was so funny. And then the stage director came, and the technical director came, and sure enough, the light board had frozen. I asked the light director, and she said that it runs off of like Windows 7 or something. Windows, it used to run on Windows XP. It's just old, so it's showing its age, I guess. It froze right in the middle of a show. And then I'm like, Act 2 is going to be a disaster. What happened? I can't just use this. And then so they actually reset the scene. They strike the scene from the top again. And I was like, oh, thank heavens. I can just like splice one to the other, So it's going to work better. It's going to work just fine. I was real nervous about it at first. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's ruined. I got to refilm. I got to film Monday night or something, because there's only two showings per cast. So if it doesn't work now, it's not going to work at all. What's happening here? Because I've got tickets. I'm actually going to go see it on Monday. As a dad, I'm not just the video guy. I'm not just a teacher, but I'm also a dad. I got to cheer for my squad, Anyway, you guys are awesome. Thanks for a great stream, and I will catch you on the next one. See ya.